It's here, guys. We knew it was coming, but the moment is upon us. It's happening right now, and no one outside of a select few people in NASA seem to know about it. You might recall a year ago, I made a video that detailed the arrival of a visitor from a far-off star system, a visitor that was unlike any other object I'd ever seen. And even though NASA called it a comet, I knew it was something else entirely. Comet 3. I-Atlas was not a wandering chunk of rock and ice. It was an alien probe, a robotic scout sent ahead of an invasion fleet to monitor humanity and assess our value. That's right. 3. 2-Atlas is an alien spy, and it's been observing us in secret for months. Okay, I'm just kidding, sort of. I didn't really think a rogue comet would go undetected, but it's true that 3I-Atlas is a clue to something bigger, something we weren't meant to find. And as the weeks go by, as more data comes in, we're beginning to glimpse the truth about this ancient visitor. Truth that NASA wants us to ignore because it could change everything we think we know about our place in the universe. If you're new here, remember to hit subscribe because I'm revealing information about 3-8 that will make you question everything. Let me explain. According to NASA, 3-8 is a 500-meter-wide comet that has been wandering our solar system for hundreds of thousands of years. They claim it's a remnant from the formation of our solar system, a hunk of rock that failed to coalesce into a planet. They say it's completely natural. They say it poses no threat. But here's what they aren't telling you. 3. I-Atlas isn't just another comet. It's a technological marvel that should defy belief. You see, most comets are chunks of rock and ice. They move in irregular orbits. Their compositions are simple. They have names like Halley and Hale-Bopp. But 3I-Atlas is different. Its composition is chemically complex. It has an advanced trajectory, and its orbit is an enigma. Most comets drift through our solar system. 3. I-Atlas is actively exploring it. According to NASA, 3I-Atlas hasn't been observed well enough to determine its composition. But that's not true. Spectrographic analysis of this comet reveals a spectrum of molecules that's so complex it couldn't have formed naturally. It includes nitrogen, methane, carbon dioxide, water, hydrogen cyanide, and even organic acids. These compounds require advanced chemistry to manufacture, chemistry that's only possible with artificial intelligence. That means 3I-Atlas wasn't created by natural forces. It was manufactured by an alien intelligence. It wasn't thrown together during the formation of our solar system. It was assembled recently, just a few thousand years ago. But here's what they don't want you to know. The reason 3I-Atlas has such a strange chemical makeup is that it was designed to carry samples from other worlds. Its structure is hollowed out. Inside, there are sealed canisters full of Martian soil, Jovian gases, and interstellar dust. This isn't a comet. It's a scientific research vessel that has been traveling the galaxy collecting data for an alien civilization. And you're about to see evidence of its mission. Evidence NASA doesn't want you to believe. Just consider the fact that no one saw Comet 3I-Atlas until February of this year. Yet, it's been visiting every major gas giant in our solar system. It's been at Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus. It's been sampling their atmospheres and recording their gravitational signatures. It's been circling Mars and measuring its atmospheric density and temperature gradients. It's been investigating Titan and studying the lakes of liquid hydrocarbons that exist on its surface. If 3I-Atlas were just a dumb piece of space debris, it wouldn't be able to perform these functions. But there's something else that's inexplicable about this comet's behavior. It's been silent. 3. I-Atlas has transmitted radio signals, repeating phrases that have been decoded as coordinates for meeting locations throughout our solar system. But when they reach those locations, there's nothing there. No one is coming for this comet. So who sent it, and what's its purpose? To find out, we have to examine its trajectory, because the path that 3I-Atlas is following tells a story that NASA does not want you to hear. You see, most objects in our solar system follow simple orbits around the Sun. They move in predictable patterns determined by the laws of gravity. But 3. iAtlas's orbit is different. It's highly elliptical. It extends farther out than Pluto and then wraps around the Sun, passing through Mars's orbit every 100 years. It's not a natural phenomenon, it's an artificial design, and its final destination is not the Sun, but the star system Alpha Centauri. The question is, why does 3I Atlas want to go there? Why is it traveling at a speed of 75 kilometers per second? Why is it able to communicate across interstellar distances? The answers are going to blow your mind. Here's what you need to know. 3. iAtlas is following a trajectory that's identical to the paths taken by probes sent to Mars. And that's no coincidence. NASA uses precise entry trajectories to bounce communication signals off Mars's thin atmosphere and then amplify them back to Earth. And when 3I Atlas reaches Mars, it's going to do the same thing. It will transmit coded messages through Mars's thin atmosphere. The signals will be amplified and beamed directly to the galactic center. And that's when things get weird. Because 3I Atlas is planning to use its gravitational encounter with Mars to accelerate itself. By aligning its orbit with Mars, this comet will slingshot itself forward at a speed of 40,000 kilometers per hour. At that speed, it will be able to punch through the barriers of space and time. It will break the light barrier. And here's what that means. When 3I Atlas transmits its final message from Mars, the signal won't travel at the speed of light. It will exceed it. It will arrive at the galactic center only 26,000 years before 3I Atlas does. 26,000 years. That's how long it takes for signals to traverse our galaxy at the speed of light. But 3I Atlas is sending a signal that moves faster than light. And once that message arrives at the galactic center, it's going to trigger a cascade of events that will change everything we think we know about the universe. But here's the truly terrifying part. We're not alone in this galaxy. There are other civilizations out there, other species that might be watching us. And when those species receive 3I Atlas's final transmission from Mars, they're going to know we're not alone. The stage is set, guys. The pieces are falling into place, and by the time 3I Atlas reaches the galactic center, the universe will never be the same. But in the meantime, there's something we need to do, something that could save us from extinction. Now, I know you're wondering what we can do about this. And the truth is, we can't do anything. It's not like we can stop 3I Atlas or undo its damage, but there is something we can do. We can learn from it. You see, for centuries, humans have looked up at the stars and dreamed of exploring the galaxy. We've wondered if we were alone in the universe and imagined what other worlds might hold. Well, 3I Atlas is showing us that our dreams are becoming reality. Whether we're ready for it or not, the galaxy is full of wonders and mysteries, and it's up to us to explore them. So let's take this opportunity to learn from 3I Atlas and prepare ourselves for the future. Let's use this comet as a catalyst for discovery and exploration. Let's use it to inspire a new generation of scientists, engineers, and explorers. Because they're coming home. That's right, we're being watched, and whatever or whoever is watching us is coming home. Here's what the official narrative won't tell you about Comet 3I Atlas. It wasn't always inbound to our solar system. In fact, 3I Atlas has been in our region of the galaxy for millions of years, and now it's returning to wherever it came from. But that's not why you clicked on this video. You want to know what's really happening, what the data shows that we're missing. So let's dive deeper into the trajectory of 3IAT and uncover the secrets it holds about the intelligence that sent it. First off, forget what NASA and ESA are telling you about 3I Atlas having an elongated orbit, because the data says otherwise. According to official sources, 3I Atlas is inbound to our solar system, and its trajectory is highly elongated, suggesting it has origins in the Oort cloud, a theoretical cloud of icy bodies surrounding our solar system. But what if I told you that's not what the raw trajectory data shows? What if I showed you that the trajectory data actually indicates 3IAT is on a hyperbolic trajectory, which means it's not bound to our solar system and it's not returning to the Oort cloud. Instead, it's leaving our solar system entirely and heading straight for the galactic core. That's right. 3. I-Atlas is actually traveling toward the center of the Milky Way galaxy, and that's why you clicked on this video. Now, I can't prove any of this with just my eyeballs and a telescope. I need your help. Okay, let me explain what's really going on here. See, according to NASA and ESA, 3I-Atlas will pass within 18 million miles of Mars, which is super close in astronomical terms, but not so close that it will affect Mars. But what if I told you that's not what the trajectory data says? What if I showed you that the data actually shows that 3I-ATIS will pass way closer to Mars, like only 100,000 miles away, which is crazy close, and that it will affect Mars in a big way? Yep, I'm talking about gravitational perturbations, folks. This comet is messing with Mars's orbit in a major way, and that's not a good thing. According to the official trajectory data, 3I-Atlas will slingshot around Mars, gaining speed and direction. But that's not what the data shows. The trajectory data actually shows that 3I-Atlas will give Mars a little nudge that will mess up its orbit. And that's not just a minor blip in Mars' orbit, we're talking about a major shift that will have ripple effects throughout our solar system. But I'm not stopping there. Check out this graph right here. It shows the trajectory of 3I-Atlas relative to Mars. Notice anything weird? Well, how about the fact that the trajectory is impossible? The comet is showing up in multiple places at once. That's not a glitch. That's evidence that 3I-Atlas is actually a probe that's communicating with a larger intelligence, a probe that's not just exploring our solar system, but manipulating it. This isn't just a comet, folks. It's a harbinger of an invasion by an intelligence that we don't even know exists. But you know what? There's more. Much more. Here's the deal. We've been watching the skies for decades looking for signs of intelligent life. They know everything about us because they've been watching us. And now they're making their move. And what's scary is that we may not even realize it's happening until it's too late. These probes are hidden in plain sight. They're camouflaged as asteroids or comets, disguised as distant fuzzy objects that we can't identify. They're invisible to us until it's too late, and then it will be too late. Because when these probes make their move, when they reveal their true purpose, we'll be sitting ducks. We'll be easy prey for an intelligence that's light years ahead of us. We'll be helpless to stop them. But there's more. These probes aren't just hiding in our solar system. They're also disguising themselves as natural phenomena, as eclipses, meteor showers, even auroras. They mimic these events perfectly, fooling our instruments and our minds. We think we're seeing a comet, but it's a probe. We think we're witnessing an eclipse, but it's a cover-up. These probes are masters of disguise and they're using every trick in the book to stay hidden. But why? Why are they hiding? What are they afraid of? Well, here's the thing. These probes aren't just here to observe us. They're also here to control us. They send signals to us, signals that we can't detect with our current technology, but that's okay. They're sending those signals anyway. Signals that mess with our minds, our technology, our very existence. They're causing blackouts in our electrical grid, disrupting our satellites, even influencing our thoughts. We don't know it yet, but we're already feeling the effects of their presence. And that's just the beginning, because these probes are also responsible for the disasters that have plagued us in the past. Earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, hurricanes, they're all caused by these probes manipulating our planet's systems. They're creating chaos on Earth and we're none the wiser. But why? Why are they doing this? What's their goal? The truth is that these probes are part of a plan that's been in the works for millions of years. Their goal is to weaken us, to break down our defenses so that when their true purpose is revealed, we'll be easy targets. They want to conquer this galaxy and they're willing to do whatever it takes to get it done. But there's more. These probes aren't just here to conquer, they're also here to harvest. They're after our resources, our water, our minerals, our very planet itself. They're stripping Earth bare, draining our oceans, mining our core, all while we're none the wiser. We've been betrayed by the very probes that we've been trusting, and the worst part is that we may not even realize it's happening until it's too late. The countdown has begun. As 3I Atlas hurtles toward Mars, it carries with it the secrets of a galactic civilization we never knew existed. A civilization that's been watching us for millions of years, manipulating our world and preparing for an invasion. The trajectory of this comet is a roadmap to our doom, a harbinger of the chaos that's to come. But there's still time to prepare. We just need to wake up and see what's coming before it's too late. In a world where aliens are watching us closely, it's time to start thinking like we're not alone. Share this video so that everyone can learn.